What does it take to completely pack up your life, say goodbye to your home in Switzerland and move 12,000 kilometers away? For the past 6 years, I've been a freelance filmmaker in Switzerland and I've been telling other people's stories. Today, the story is mine. My wife gets a new job in Chile. It's been a total reset for both of us, big new chapter in our life. Me, I will even have to learn the language. So I can tell you that moving a filmmaker business to a foreign country where you don't even have the language, it's not an easy task. I want to document the different chapters and steps I'm going to go through. And the first chapter is, it's crazy how much we can accumulate over the years, and this was a good exercise to clean some stuff. A lot of my gear were actually sitting in our basement, and it will be packed and shipped into the container with the rest of our flat. However, I wanted to take with me in my backpack and hand luggage some of the equipment. This is what I took. So I will have my f-stop, also this Nanook 935. First, let's get this AirTag in. Then in the audio part, the Rode Mic Pro, Cos 11D, and an extra microphone, some bits of cable, and the real tentacles there on this one. All the batteries, an MC Pro, and I have the grid. We have some V-mount, 99 watts, so they should be okay to actually get in the plane. I have some extra cards, and I will take two DND port key screen of V-mount battery L-shaped style, the 10mm Laowa, a beast, 85mm, 16 to 28 is the 24mm, FX3 with the 24 to 70 and the A7 IV with the 35 1.4. That's gonna go nicely in here. The Ronin and the stand that should be able to fit in here and here. Battery charger, light, the tentacles here. And voila, everything is ready to go. I also had to weight my luggage because even though we are lucky to travel business class, I still had the maximum of 18 kilos to carry with me. And then, when everything was packed and ready, the container came directly in our home. And at this moment, I tried to do a little video in our flat to say goodbye and speak a little bit, but I was too tired and emotional, so I'm not gonna play the video. And then, to say goodbye to our home that's gonna cross the ocean, we took a nice picture with my wife, and let's go to step 2, which is Japan. Yes, Japan. So this trip was planned for a very long time and we couldn't change the date, and we also couldn't change the date where my wife had to start. So basically this trip was just after the move, and it was great because we were so tired and drained in energy, and Japan was just very energy full, and we had great food. The people are so nice and polite, everything is so organized. It was very easy to go from one spot to another, and for a filmmaker like me, it was very like a dream to have all this tech around. However, during this trip, I received the email saying my application for my residency for Chile is still ongoing. So I will enter as a tourist, which means I have 90 days maximum, and I cannot bring all the equipment because I cannot work in Chile. And I will have to come back to get the rest of my gear that I prepared. So tomorrow morning we will have to stop at our friend's place where we have our luggage. I will have to change all the luggage quickly to decide what I will take as a tourist and not as a professional, so much less equipment, and then leave the rest for now, and I will have to come back to do the process properly. It's a little bit of an annoying news, but it's the process. It's like this, and it gives me the time to settle down in Chile, get the connection that I need, and then let's see how it goes. And now the last part of the trip, finally Chile. Alright, so let's check in all our luggages. It's too bad I couldn't bring my equipment because weight allowance would have been totally fine. It was my very first time flying business, which was obviously a very cool experience. I had a ton of space on the overhead racks, so all the luggages and my equipment would have easily fit here.
Santiago de Chile, aeropuerto Arturo Benito. Son las 2:23.
When we arrived, we were super lucky because we had some help moving our bags. And let me tell you, we had a lot of luggage. Look at this happy face, finally arriving there. On our drive from the airport, we had our first glimpse at the city, which looks very interesting. Santiago is massive with 8 million inhabitants, which is almost the whole Switzerland. The traffic was surprisingly relaxed when we arrived, but apparently it's really not like this all the time, but I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. Then we finally arrived at our apartment hotel. We brought so many bags that they practically took over the entire living room. And we even had a small separate bedroom, so it was great. Now, regarding my gear. So at the end, this is what I took with me on the plane, just the F-stop bag, and I had one of the hand suitcase, and then I had 2 of the checked-in luggage plus an extra bag. So I bring the Rode Mic Pro and the Sanken COS 11 microphone that goes with it, and I have bits of cables, HDMI, etc. 1ND filter, the top handle that goes with my portkey screen, and then I have my Blazer Mantis, which is a beast. This is 35mm, it's great. Then I took A7 IV, the 28-70, my FX3 with the Laowa 10mm, great lens. Then a stabilizer and a tripod, like travel tripod, because it was heavy, we had already enough luggage. So all of this I enter as a tourist, and I will have to leave the country as a tourist and bring everything that I had with me on the checklist back to Switzerland. This is what happened when we have to enter as a tourist, so everything that we bring is kind of ATA carnet for professional, but for free, we just have to get a list and pass the border. Now that we have a place called home, the next step for us is to explore the neighborhood, find a nice coffee, find a place where we can buy our food, and just hang around and discover the city. I will show some footage on the next video, but for now I will let you with the beautiful view from our balcony. Tschüss!